Yo, 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 yo. What up, ladies and gentlemen? I hope you can hear me. It's always one of those things where you're not sure if everything is working fine, but I think we're good. I think we're 100%. Welcome, welcome. Every Monday, I'm just gonna do this for like an hour or two. Just catch up about what's happening on my timeline and in the world today. Yeah, and and yeah, so let me just got a message I need to deal with real quick. I can't multitask, so give me 1 second. Let me just do this quickly. All right, so I got that. All right, cool. So welcome. This is like something I've been trying to not trying to do. I've been wanting to do for a while, but life, how life goes. Sometimes you have all the elements, but you don't even know where to start. But now I think I'm in the right space. I know what I need to do. I know how I need to set it up, and yeah, I'm able to let you know what's happening in my world every Monday. It's been a very exciting weekend. A lot of things going on, a lot of good things, a lot of things to talk about. Um, and Sorry, yeah, there's a lot going on. Sorry, I'm just doing too many things at once. There's a lot going on right now, and good things, right? Good things, good things. And my name is Eddie. I forgot to introduce myself, and you'll be able to see my name right about now. And yeah, I'm gonna be doing this where every Monday we just have a conversation about what's happening, in the world today. It's very interesting things going on, good things, bad things, terrible things, worrisome things, and yeah, I think we just need to take time just to talk. We don't get a lot of time to meet in person. That's something I cry about a lot. That nowadays it's tough to actually have conversations with people, and what we have in front of us right now, which is social media, is the best thing we can do. So why not utilize that to our benefit and have these conversations? You might be watching this tomorrow. Looks like you guys are busy on Mondays. I don't know what you guys doing with your lives. Um, and it's a public holiday, so it makes sense that you should be taking time out or out there, having one last drink before the week starts tomorrow. If you're out there and you had a good time, good for you. That's awesome. I'm out here. I'm at home. I just used this long weekend just to rest up, catch my breath, refresh, so I can be back 100% from tomorrow. Because the good thing about the long weekend is that it's long. The messed up thing about the long weekend it is that it has to come to an end. And I'm sure a lot of people are just like, oh my goodness, I got to get back to work tomorrow. But don't be mad. Don't be upset. It's all right. These things happen. I need to lose this. I need to lose this. I don't know if it's the Know the Ledge production or whatever. Doesn't matter. We're just going to leave it where it's at up there. We're going to leave it where it's at. And we're just going to, just vibe out, have this conversation before night comes and before our guests comes in for a conversation. So today is a very interesting day. Let me see if I have my lineup set up. I'm gonna put that up in a second, just so that you have an idea as to what we have lined up for today. Where did I put that thing? Where did I put it? Is it here? I don't know where it's at. I don't know where it's at, but I don't know. I don't think I got it, but it's all right. We're gonna speak to a young lady who is who's doing very interesting things that I remember I was trying to do when I was a little bit younger, if I should say that, a little bit ignorant to how things go. I'm just gonna put that there. We're gonna speak to the lady who's pushing this initiative right here, and who is doing this as well. Very, very, very important conversation that we need to have. And I think as soon as she's ready, she's gonna come on the live, and we're gonna have a conversation with her. I hope and pray everything goes right in terms of equipment, because some of these things are crazy, man. It's insane. That's one. And then two, what we're gonna do right now is, before we get into the gritty of things, I'm just gonna preview this song. Samba T sent me his new track, amazing song, and I think it's worth a play. And every week we're gonna be adding to the songs that we preview. But for now, this is what I chose just to get things going. So this is called Mjolo Ship by Samba T, and let me pull that up real quick. Man, there's a lot going on. It's by Samba T and Tudo. I hope I said that right. Tudo and Samba T. Actually, I found what I was looking for. Sometimes this world is very interesting. You're looking for something and it's right there in front of you. And because you're super excited, you can't find it. So weird. So weird. But I found what I was looking for. Is it what I was looking for? Yeah, I mean, we'll just throw that out there just for you guys to appreciate. Let's see. Yeah, so that's what we have for today. Today, like I said, Jolo Shape, that's what we're previewing today, and we're speaking to Agrineth about her latest initiative. So let's jump right into it, preview the song, and get on with our conversation as we wait for Agrineth to come on the live. Hi, peace.
Hausana le maqheka Mjolo Yeah, your opelabo unbreak my heart, Tony Braxton. Are she's not my lover, Michael Jackson. Kana hofana kibwaka motele wami. Let me rewind a bit so you understand what happened. So we were Netflix and chilling, relaxing. Kafa kholi yizo tata khole action one thought. Next thing, ring, phone call. Botilelele, you trahola botilelele. Ngwanantsenya mo filming Kabona fell like Pamela fast I shabaga bypass my baby rabatle disturbance when it's just us or so I thought kantiki bubi mama chong antidi matza budi mama chong antidi matza beauty mama chong beauty mama chong yes little did I know wana udira mathabi sa di chong ene ga ke khone but I know I gotta let her go le fa go le difficult go fakentse mosima phika ka di banse ke tsa di chance ba re ke netseng and I can't say we saying bam counseling are kare
I call up on an ambulance when I'm in an accident, call up on police when I'm under an attack, but who do I call when I'm in a heartbreak? I call up on an ambulance when I'm in an accident, call up on police when I'm under an attack, but who do I call when I'm in a heartbreak? I call up on an ambulance when I'm in an accident, call up on police when I'm under an attack, but who do I call when I'm in a heartbreak? Call up on an ambulance when I'm in an accident, call up on police when I'm under an attack, but who do I call when I'm in a heartbreak?
Well, ever since I told her booty, she thinks I'm a newbie. Sets on pizza booty, hasi biggie as long as it's juicy. Oh, last taga, so my last reprat and send a la nudi karmachta hara booty. I shoot the movie, garen, wafetella. And I did a jabolo we calimella. Mari deep down, nigga, batla hoodie canella, casandella, froken, nigga, camo send.
next thing ring phone call botilelele you trahola botilelele
The beze on the line, azugila pizza just swine. Get so hile tryna like and take your mohakatsa blind. All of a sudden, I too bega kassetero. Hare kitty when I kitty did the beho. Now I'm perplexed, like what's next? Quick, faster, I cannot text quicker than a reflex. I thought that let me confess. Okopane le na kena le mo. Salere jola le batsadi ba mui. A tswele la ka go ntubela santlo. A re wanyalo le mafoko sale I see. Kare my baby kanto jola le mang. A re tota khiteda ka o ka se mo itse. But one thing you should know, ka se tip of the streets. A re ka itaya double up ka strata se digile ba le bani.
That was finished. That was quick. That was done already. Yeah, so that was Tudo and Samba Team Joloship. Well, very interesting. Very interesting song. What am I saying? Very interesting song in my opinion. I was vibing to it. Um, I'm a hip hop guy, so I love Mutswako, and I love Sambati's Mutswako style. It's just crazy. Absolutely love it. It's amazing, and I know I'll never knock that ever. Even if like the subject matter is not really like my cup of tea. If I can understand it, I still love it. Like it's amazing. And sometimes it's what you gotta do. You just gotta vibe and enjoy and have fun and appreciate. That's what you gotta do. So that's what that was. That was dope. What else is going on? Interesting things happening. First of all, the KYC situation was just ridiculous. It was insane how, like, these guys have been busy with KYC since what? Since last year, right? I think towards the end of last year, they already announced that, yo, guys, get your KYC thing together because, on the 31st of March, that's the deadline. And if you don't get your stuff together by then, basically, you're going to lose your number. And interesting things happen. Two very interesting things happen. Number one, between today's the first, between Saturday and yesterday, there was a frenzy in getting people to register. It was insane. It was crazy. People were trying to register and all of that. And of course, the next thing is somehow, the uproar got the powers that be to actually extend to extend the deadline to I think June 31st. They said. I was looking for the notice, but it's fine. You can take my word for it. The deadline has been extended to June 31st, and a lot of people, I'm sure, a lot of people are kicking themselves, saying, "Man, why didn't they tell us this earlier so that we didn't have to go through the craziness of queuing up?" Um, but yeah, quite hectic, so messed up. But also, like someone was telling me, we are last minute people, and we love our extensions. And looks like we always get what we want. We got that extension, so well done. You have until 31st of June, and reason given is that only half of total SIM cards registered re-registered, so only 51%. So I think that's a poor number. So these guys are gonna work hard to get the other, as close to 100 as possible, I guess. My thing was, guys, turn these things into campaigns. That's what people love. People love gatherings where free food, free performances, and it's a way to also run your promotions and advertise your products. Come on, Mascom, come on, BTC, come on, Orange. Have campaigns, have giveaways on Saturdays and Sundays, have people gather, have performances, pay artists, pay entertainers, have some of your ambassadors come in and sign autographs, turn it into a party. And trust me, people will register en masse. And what you'll find is, within 2 or 3 weeks, everybody would have registered 2, 3, 10 SIM cards. Another issue, and I think the biggest reason why this thing was extended is because the registration system wasn't working right. It wasn't working right for everybody. So for some, especially with, in my experience, the Mascom online KYC thing was a disaster. With Orange, I felt it was pretty straightforward. I think it took me 10 minutes in total to register my number. I feel like with Mascom, initially when I tried it using the app, I couldn't do it. And then I started the process with one of their agents, and then I finished with the agent, got back home, and I wasn't very convinced. So what I did, I said, you know what? Let me just double check just to be on the safe side. Let me just see if everything is 100%. So I continued the registration over there, and it seemed like it said at the end that, yeah, your KYC registered, everything is fine. Now we try to register my son's number because he's got a cell phone, and that's where the mess was. Like, completely non-responsive. We're failing to register my son's number under his mother. So that, I think that's the biggest reason why they were like, you know what, we got to extend this thing, because there are many complaints about the system not working right. And what you also find is that 51% might be people's primary numbers, because I think a lot of people hurried to register their primary numbers, and a lot of the other 51% are secondary numbers or children's numbers who are registered. Those numbers are registered under their guardians or their parents, or senior citizens numbers who, can't necessarily who are not necessarily able to take themselves to agents, or are not really technologically sound enough to use the app. So a lot of issues at play there. And for me, the only ways to deal with that is, one, turn the thing into an event, where people can go register in large groups. So have a party, people could register, have a KYC party. You know what I'm saying? Where you have competitions and everything, you have a raffle and all of that. That's one. And then two, door to door, you know, pay some of these young people to kind of do like a KYC census type situation, where they knock on our doors. They ask, yo, who do you live with? Is there any senior citizens who need help with registration? And you register them. Or you make phone calls. You call some of your clients, because you've got all that data anyway. So we are re-registering, so you already have our data, so you can just call randomly and find out if someone has either a child who's got a cell phone number, or an elder person who's got a cell phone number, and they'd like help in getting registered. So I think those things would assist, but I don't know. That's on the KYC thing. Huge, huge, huge issue. Like yesterday, the lines were crazy. It was nuts. I thought there was like riots going on or something when I went out for a little bit to get some lunch. It was insane. Only come to figure out it was just that, just the KYC thing going on. But I'm glad it was extended. So I'm sure everybody's happy about that. So guys, don't wait. Please don't wait until June 30th. You know, just do it now, so that by May or by June, early June, everything is 100%. I think it's June 31st. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's June 31st. So yeah, so let's close that. I don't know if I want to touch on the DD situation again. Um, I don't know if I want to touch on that. I think there's been a lot that has been said on that one. I don't know if I want to do it. I think I just want to move on to other things. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking at my timeline, because I think that's, we're all on Facebook, and primarily my audience is the Facebook audience. So I just want to see what else is happening out there. Interesting, well, not interesting announcement. Dope things happening. Um, in case you didn't know, Scar and Bangu have a project, dope project on the way. Let me see if I can pull that up. Nope, it's acting up. Yes, right there. They have a dope project on the way. It is called. Where are you? Where are you? Where? It's called Tonkile Kwena. Dope. It's like, actually, let me see if I can pull it up. It's very interesting. Let me see if I can pull it up now. It's getting dark real quick. Oh my goodness. Might need some extra lighting, but it's all right. It's cool. Let me see if I can. What do I want to do? Want to see if I can share a screen. I'll share that one. Uh, no, I don't want to share the tab audio. Maybe I want to share the tab audio. All right, so I think you guys can see. It's called Tonkile Kwena. Bangu Yeah, Bango and Scar. They put together a couple of songs. There's the Let me pull the track list real quick. Let me launch that so you can see. Been so long. Is it Tendera or Tendar? I don't know. That's the track list right there, back to back. What's worth? Nothing is wrong. I cannot wait to get my hands on this. So I see Booty on the track, amazing producer. Can't wait to have a conversation with him. And mastering done by Bango at Bango Studios, and all songs performed by Scar, Tato Matlabapiri, and Bago Matenge, aka Bango. I cannot wait for this. This is gonna be super dope, and I know there's gonna be a bunch of visual for this. Serious right now? I know there's gonna be a bunch of visuals for this one. Let me do this. Nah, don't do that. Yeah, I know there's gonna be a bunch of visuals for that one, so it's gonna be dope. Um, that I cannot wait for. I cannot wait for that. Let me go back and see what else is going on. Oh my, what else did I share? That's interesting. What else? What else? What else? Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. I cannot not plug myself. If you didn't know, now you know. Tomorrow we're having open mic sessions at the meeting joint. So join us from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. as we start our April month. We've been there since January, thank goodness. And we're continuing on. It's free entry for everybody. It's going to be specials and a special performance by Miss Elizabeth Peary. And it's poetry, singing, book reading, anything, rapping, anything that involves expression. So Tuesday, tomorrow from 6 p.m. come through and have yourself a great time. What else is going on? What else is going on? You can see Scar's always doing his thing, always winning. Um, Now, uh, there's some things I want to talk about real quick before we. I'm still waiting for agriness to come through so we can have this convo. But there's more things. There's actually more things to talk about. There's some crazy things happening right now. Yeah, there's. I think I need to get my ring light because it's getting a bit dark up in here. But anyway, we'll do that when we do that. For now, I just want to talk about all these fires that have been happening with buses, and a lot of people are. Before I do that, just give me a sec. I'm going to. I'm just gonna go grab the ring light just to get the light right. And I'm gonna come back, and then we're gonna continue this conversation on the bus fires. I mean, that's like our version of forest fires because it's happening so often now. It's scary. So I'll be right back in a sec. Yeah, so I am back. I hope you guys can are here with me, whether it's today or tomorrow. Just talking about all the crazy things happening in the world today. So yeah, the forest fires. It's insane. Like I mean, forest fires. The the bus fires. It's insane, and I have my own reasons as to why these things are happening. Um, and I'll we'll talk about it in a second. Let me just have Agnes come in real quick. Hi,
Hi, how are you?
good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
All right, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Are you? I can hear you well. Do you have a headset with you?
Let me grab a headset.
Grab a headset. I'll
Uh-huh.
let you back in. Oh, you wanna just do that quickly? I will. Then you come back and I will continue because I can hear myself in your phone.
All right, okay, let me sort it out.
All right, cool. Gotcha.
Yes.
So yeah, so Agroneth is getting ready. We're gonna have that conversation real quick, and before we do that, I was talking about the bus fires, and I think this bus fire situation is it's a messed up one because it's a symptom of a lot of things. And I mean, my wife and I were having this conversation, I think earlier today, and we're trying to figure out, okay, how do we begin to sort out this thing? And I told her, I said, you know what? It's not a single issue. A lot of people think the bus is the problem, but there's a lot going on. There's more people traveling. There's more people are traveling because a lot more people are moving into the city for work. The buses are trying to maximize, on more people traveling back home during holidays. So they're trying to do more trips. So that means they gotta drive faster. Let me see if Agnes is ready.
No, not yet.
Hi, not yet.
Hi.
Okay. Hey, what's up?
Just give me a minute. I'm still sorting out my headsets.
No, do your thing. No problem. So Agnes is still sorting out her headset. It's what I love about podcast TV is that it's very personal, very informal. You know, and it's not supposed to be hectic. It's not supposed to be hectic. It's supposed to be fun. So yeah, so I think so. All of those things, people are traveling more. People are wanting more routes. I think it's causing a bit of a problem in terms of what it's doing to the vehicle themselves. So I think I'm gonna ask Agrineth to wait. Give me a sec. What am I trying to do here? I'm gonna do this. Okay, brilliant. Hey, again.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, awesome. No, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, I know that's beautiful.
Awesome. Uh, so Agrineth, welcome. This is a new little thing I'm doing for my Facebook guys every Monday.
Mm.
And also for myself, it's kind of like therapy. Every Monday I get on here and I ramble on for 2 hours, and then I disappear until the following week Monday.
Oh,
So, uh,
beautiful.
yeah.
It's
So
a
I
big little thing that you're doing.
no, it's a very little thing. Half the time I'm actually talking to myself. So
That's how it starts.
people will watch this tomorrow or the day after. You know how people are. They
Yeah.
know, but they'll wait until the following day to
Yeah,
actually
they are
catch
never
up to
there
things.
live with you.
Never. But I mean, like I said, it's all right. That's how it is. So Agneth, before we start, I just want you to introduce yourself to my audience. Let them know who you are. You've done some big things, so maybe mention one or two things that you've done, and basically, what we're going to talk about today from your side.
I've done some big things. I'm not sure about that, but I'll just introduce
Yeah,
myself.
just okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Gwyneth Masule, and I guess I'm a friend of Eddie's. I've known you for a few years from uni, and I think, oh God, 15 years now.
Yeah. Can
Yeah, that's
you
a long
imagine
time.
that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So today I'm here on the capacity of community service or charity work. So that's how I landed this sort of chat with you, and I've been doing it for the past, say, 20 years, ever
My
since
goodness.
junior school. Yeah, so I've been doing it ever since junior school. So I took a route into serving my purpose in life to helping others from as early as Form 1, Form 2, and I've tried to keep it up ever since then. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
No,
want me
brilliant.
to introduce
Brilliant,
myself
brilliant.
further, or is that enough?
Nah, there's more. I feel like you're underselling yourself.
They, if anything, I guess I'll answer to you, but I think that's the basic thing about me. And I'm a teacher professionally. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for the past 12 years of my life, and I'm a mother of two. And I've been all over Botswana in all the rural places teaching, and that's how actually I've managed to continue doing my community charity work. And we help where we can, and we do with the best with what we can. So I take it that this chat with you might be able to help me reach out to people that might be interested in helping.
True. It's very
Yeah,
important just to support each other in our various causes. Because I always
that's
say, we do flyers, we do a lot of things to try and get people to buy into what we're doing, or to contribute into what we're doing. But
mm,
sometimes just someone else relating to what you are actually doing can get a third party to say, hey, who's your friend? I heard you guys are having a
yeah.
chat. How can I assist? And there's something that I was into years ago, and a lot of people that I spoke to were like, Eddie, it's not for you. It's a great cause, but
Mm,
it shouldn't come from you. It's weird when it's coming from you. So,
mm-hmm,
and it was this thing about pads, right?
yeah.
And I always felt that it's a tragedy, right? That something that occurs naturally to women, right?
Mm,
That women have to pay for.
yeah. Yeah.
It did make sense to me. I was like, it doesn't make sense that what they go through is a natural occurrence. It's not like you can switch it on and switch it off, you
Very
know.
true. That's my argument
But
exactly. That's why I'm so
yeah,
passionate about it because, yeah.
but for you to deal with it, you have to pay for it. I'm like, it's almost like, the way we say water is a universal right, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone has the right to
Deserves
water.
clean
I
water.
feel like,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like it's the same. We need to make the same argument. So, aren't you? I tried to do it, and everybody was like, "Nah, Eddie, it's weird coming from you, because you're
Mm-hmm.
a man. This wait until a woman kind of takes up the mantle, and then you can come from under them and support them, But you pushing this agenda, it doesn't add up. And when I
No, they
saw
shouldn't
what,
have done that. They shouldn't have done that. Actually, I argue that men should be in the forefront because,
mm,
to be honest, a man has a girlfriend, a man has a wife, a man has a daughter, a man has a friend who's a woman, and all these women go through this. And you, as a man, should be able to understand what this woman or this girl child goes through, especially for single fathers. They struggle because everything to do with menstruation, to do with puberty, to do with any development regarding a girl, is always left to the mother. So a lot of men struggle to actually cater for these girls and help them in simple ways like, do you have sanitary pads? Are you on your days? Are you having cramps? How can I help? Do you need a painkiller? Those things, if men were in the forefront arguing for us, I think we wouldn't even have to pay for sanitary pads. Mainly because if you look at the fact that a lot of people in power are men, and half the time anything they say passes. Like if a few men put their heads together and they say sanitary pads should be free, I think it would actually pass, and sanitary pads will be free for all the girls in the school. But because they see it as something that should be dealt with as a hidden thing, it's like a cultural taboo. Nobody wants to talk about menstruation. Nobody wants to talk about anything to do with blood. So that's why your friends were probably saying, Eddie, you are a man, leave it to somebody who is actually closer to the idea than you as a man or you as a boy at the time. I
Yeah.
mean, have
And
you fought for it? I think you would have actually done amazing things right now. Just think about it.
yeah, and it was, and the funny thing is, I was already a man at the time. I think I was even married already, right? I think because this might have been around 20, either 2016 or 2018,
Oh, okay.
around that
That's
time.
not
Yeah.
so long ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And the idea was, a lot, because I did a small study on how to alleviate the problem, right? How do we
Mm-hmm.
deal with this issue? How do we make this issue affordable to those
Mm-hmm.
who can least afford it, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, years before that, around 20, I think 2008, I was a volunteer teacher. I did 2 years of volunteer teaching, in one year in Mochudi and 1 year in Habroni. And in Mochudi, the biggest issue was the issue of how to deal with young girls who are just getting to get their periods, and they don't know what to do with it, and parents can afford pads. Sometimes they use the worst possible means of dealing with it, and I'm like, that should not be the case, because if it's not done right, that's what causes a lot of problems, in the future, right? So so I'm glad that you're taking it up, and the conversation is coming up again. And I really, really, really think, yeah, it looks like, oh yeah, there you are. It's all right,
Yeah,
don't
and
worry,
I
it's
have
podcast TV.
my son is here, and I'm trying to get rid of him. It's just we won't be able to converse in any way when he's here. Can you please go?
have him wave at us so that he can go.
Yeah, just say hello and then you can go.
Hi, how are you?
Wave and say bye, hi and bye. Bye. Samagalitang ko may isa ba? Close the door for me.
So yeah,
Okay,
so like
yeah.
I was saying, right? I was rambling on. I'm really sorry. So I was just saying, like, I really saw I heard some really crazy stories, and stories where I was like, this shouldn't be happening, in this day and age. It should not happen. And that had me thinking to say, actually, why are women paying for these things? They shouldn't. It's it's like,
Doesn't
this
make
thing should
sense.
be, it should be freer than toilet paper.
Yeah. You know what
You
I always
know?
compare this to? I always argue that why are condoms free in every clinic
Thank
that
you.
you find in Botswana, like all over?
Yeah.
And having sex is a choice, but having
Yeah.
menstruation is not a choice.
It's not a
So
choice.
that's not. And I usually say the things that young girls have to go through to be able to secure a sanitary pads are really upsetting, especially in rural places like this. Like, I mean, I haven't really told you why I started this club and where I've been and what I've done and how I've got to be where I am right now. There are a lot of things that are really heartbreaking. We live in cities. I'm from Muchudi myself, and Muchudi is a big village, and we're
Hmm.
closer to Habroni, so we have resources, we have access to a lot of things, and we're exposed, and education is better where we are. But when you go further, 500 kilometers, 600 kilometers, 1,000 kilometers away from Muchudi and Habroni, there are children living in dire poverty, and the struggles they're facing are so heartbreaking because it's either nobody cares when they try reach out, or it has become a norm that things should just happen. Take for instance, I've been in places where young girls go through like mental traumas and physical traumas where they are raped, where they are sexually abused, or where they are just used by, like, through incest, defilement, and all that, by people they know. And sometimes they can't report because The mother knows what is going on, or the neighbor knows what is going on, or it is somebody with authority in that village that is actually taking advantage of this particular girl or this particular girl. And when you want to report to the social worker, or you want to go to the police, or you want to do something to try help, you find that actually everybody knows what is going on, but nobody's bothered.
Mm.
Like, they're saying, no, I'm helping them. I'm buying them toiletries. I'm buying them food. I'm helping her do this. And you're taking advantage of a girl who's 15 years old, and you're saying, because you're buying her toothpaste and sanitary pads, you're looking after her. But you're actually sexually abusing her, and she's underage. So, I mean, as a teacher going through these different places, I just decided that maybe the best thing that I can do, because I'm a mother, I have a young girl who's 12 years old, and I'm a girl as well. I know how it is to be desperate. I know how it is to live in poverty. So I thought providing sanitary pads or having a charity club that focuses on helping a girl child, even a boy child, get through school would do something. I mean, it's only like I help around 2,000, 3,000 people, candidates rather, or students around Botswana, where we've actually set committed ourselves to. And that is nothing compared to how many children are out there who are being abused, who are living under poverty, who need assistance. So I only do what I can with what I have, depending on where I have exposure to. Like right now, I just moved to the northern west part of the country, and there is so much need. Like, it's shocking. This place is beautiful. This place is right in the Okavango Delta, like where the heart of tourism in Botswana is. But you should live. You should see how people live here. You should see how young girls are abused. Like, it's shocking. I mean, every second day you see a young girl under 15 pregnant. You see a girl who they come in, oh god, it's like, I mean, I don't want to say that it's frustrating, but I want to say something as simple as a sanitary pad can change somebody's life, in the sense that
Yeah.
if you get assistance to get a sanitary pad, you can be able to actually be be saved from somebody taking advantage of you. A sanitary pad could also
Yes.
help you to get
Yeah.
through school, yeah, and be productive.
Yeah.
And a
Mm.
sanitary pad could actually open a conversation with somebody to say, I need one, two, three, but I need help. There are children who are living in families where abuse is going on left, right, and center, and they have nobody to talk to, because it has become a culture, it has become a norm that the abuse goes on, and they have nobody to cry to. And then you come to a place like this where you want to protect a girl child, or you want to see all the children going to school, and you have no power. Like, I am so powerless. Like, I'm the most useless person that you could ever meet here, because I'm from Muchudi, and in Muchudi I know a few people that I could say one, two, three, and report if there's anything going on. But then you come to a place like this where we have vast cultural differences. We speak three totally different languages, and our understanding of the world is totally different. So you can't really break a barrier like that. It's going to take years for me to even reach out and say, I'm here, and I think we should take this matter to police or to the social worker. Nobody does. Nobody cares. Nobody thinks it's okay. I mean, we come in
Yeah.
as
I think.
strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that there are a few issues that, and some that you've mentioned. You're
Mm,
right that something as small as someone getting access to those amenities, right? It's
mm.
empowering just knowing that you don't have to
It
depend
is.
on someone
It's
else
so
for
empowering.
that, right? It changes your life almost instantly, and it changes the life of the people around you, because then they can focus on other things, because
True.
you'll find that it's not that I don't want to help. It's that I don't even know where to start helping, because if I can't even provide my child with the basic
Mm,
amenities, right? And the
mm.
person who's doing that is the person who's abusing them, for example, right? It's
Yeah.
like, if I throw this person under the bus, how am I going to deal with a situation where now my child needs these amenities and I can't provide it for them? and
That's the
and
biggest
of
challenge.
course, yeah, and of course, the saddest part is The person who's providing these amenities knows that this family is dependent on me for these things,
Mhm.
and they are taking
Mhm.
advantage of that
Yeah.
knowingly. And you'll find that that taking advantage of it is also because of power. They're in a powerful position,
Yeah.
and they know that for as long as I can provide this for them, they're not going to say anything. And even if they do, I'm a key member of the community. People know me, and it's gonna be their word against mine. And
Yeah.
I will always win because every month I drop off a few bags of midi meal
Yeah.
at the kotla. You see what I'm saying? And not to incriminate anyone. It's the sad part is that to prevent that, this is why causes like what you like your cause come into play, where every other person now needs to sow a seed into ensuring that chain is broken,
Mm.
because if
Yeah.
I take it upon myself to say, okay, I'm gonna pick a community in out there in the far reaches of Mochudi, right? And every month, I'm just gonna drop just one bag of pads there, right? Now imagine if 500 people choose, and 500 is a very small number. Just 500
Yeah.
people around Gabs who have a connection to Mochudi say, all right, so each one of us every month we drop just one bag over there. What you're doing is you're every girl who doesn't have access to that, you are allowing that girl to feel a little bit more empowered to a point where they don't have to
Mm.
depend on someone who's taking advantage of them, on an opportunist for those things. And not only that, you're
Yeah.
also empowering that person's family, because the family doesn't have to suck up to that opportunist for that, you see.
Yeah.
And it's sad that these realities are still there. And it always takes me back to, I think it was 2015, I think, when we had the hashtag I shall not forget pressure group, which was born out of a situation like what you've just described,
Mm.
almost identical situation to what you just described. And almost what, 10 years later, we're still here. And it
Yeah.
seems like nothing has changed and things are still the same. Now, what is the goal of your movement and your initiative? Like, what are you trying to achieve?
All right. Yeah. I think I rushed into just getting into why this
Yeah, I know it's a very emotional
yeah.
topic. I know.
Yeah. So let me just tone down and try
Yeah.
explain what the goal is. So every year on annual basis, like in April, I walk 252 kilometers for sanitary pads. And the
Big
idea
things.
behind
See what I was you see what I was saying? Big things.
yeah, I love walking, so I do it out of love and I enjoy it. So it's something
Hmm.
that if I enjoy it and I do it like that, then it also benefits other people that I'm happy. Yes. So 252 kilometers. I do it in a week or maybe in 10 days. And usually it's done with the whole idea of raising awareness about feminine hygiene, menstruation, and the throat poverty that is actually going on around our country. So, how I came about with the 252 was calculations of our menstrual days. We have like people who have their menstruation for 2 days, for 5 days, for 7 days, some longer, depending on how your body takes it. So what I did is I did an average, say a young lady may go for 7 days for her period. Take for example, I go for 7 days, and then okay. So in 7 days, how many pads do I use in one day? So in one day, I change three sanitary pads for me to be able to be comfortable. Sometimes it's four,
Mm,
but I took it as maximum being 3 days. So I multiplied the three by seven, which was for 1 month you use around 21 pads, right?
mm,
So
mhm,
that's around packs or four packs of sanitary pads, depending on how many they are in a package. And then in a
mhm,
term is around 663 sanitary pads, which is around 6 packs or 5 packs of sanitary pads. And then on a yearly basis, which is annually, it comes to 252 sanitary pads that a girl uses for the whole year.
mm,
So I do the 252 walk so that I can raise awareness to say a young girl needs 252 sanitary pads out of 365 days for her to be productive. So for her to be able to go to school, to attend her lessons, and to enjoy being a girl, she needs to have those sanitary pads and be able to actually enjoy life. Even as a woman, as a woman, for me to be able to go to work, to be able to do things, when my days come, I have to have a sanitary pad. So on the capacity of being a teacher and seeing these girls and their struggles and how some of them miss lessons, because I had a child that at least a week every month would miss school. And then I was like, no, this is not happening. And when I found out that in other classes, there are girls that when they have their periods, they just stay at home, they don't come to school because a lot of them had to use cotton or towel cloths or they didn't have
Mm.
anything. So that is when I actually really emphasized to say, I am going to do this work and I am going to rally behind every girl child who needs a sanitary pad. And I'm going to make sure that at least on timely basis, we give them enough sanitary pads so that they can make it through the term, and then eventually every second term, third term, we give them so that they're able to attend school and finish or complete their basic education. Because I'm so big on education, mainly because I wouldn't be who I am without education, especially in Botswana. We don't have many opportunities if you're not educated. You have to be able to read, you have to be able to write, you have to be able to converse for you to understand somebody. Or if you want to sell something, you have to be able to have the confidence to stand in front of somebody and say, hi, I'm selling a watermelon. Would you be able to trade it for 20 bucks or something so that I can be able to feed my family? So the idea is empower a young girl so that she can go through school and she can be educated and provide for herself and provide for her family. So it becomes a domino effect. If you help that girl, she eventually graduates, helps her family, and then they move a little bit away from the cycle of poverty and life is better. They are reduced issues of domestic violence. They are reduced issues of abuse. They are reduced issues of sort of killings, because I've met situations where men or boys end up killing their girlfriends because they say, I've been providing you for you for the
Mm.
past 3 years and you can't break up with me. And I'm like,
Mm.
that shouldn't happen. So the smallest thing like providing a sanitary pad should actually come easy for them so that the other struggles I can't help with. But a mere
Yeah.
sanitary pad should be something that I can be able to help with. And for the past 3 years, um, we've done this work and it works. We've raised over 20,000 sanitary pads. Please give me a minute. Hi. Ke bua le ena hle papa. Ke tlo tla ke di go adima ko e bo lebella dipapadi. Bua e botsa ma. Morere hello. Eh. No. I need to finish this. Hi. Say hi and bye.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, thank you, Papa.
What's your name?
Bring.
Okay, nice to meet you. Yeah.
Letty,
Okay.
no
Can I
Chuma.
finish with mommy now? Okay, just give her the headset and I'll finish with her. And then you can come back. Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
That's cool, boy. I know about boys and their moms. You guys have the most amazing
Oh my
relationships.
God. Like he
So
said, I'm
I
taking
don't
too long
fight.
for.
I don't fight when it comes to boys and their moms.
Yeah. No, stop it before it takes us. We got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Say something.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Good boy. Sama. O tsentse di-headphone ene o na le studio sama. Okay, can I just take him out?
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, yeah, let's go.
Um, all right. So Agrinet is busy dealing with family. That's always amazing to see. But yeah, I was just going to add to what she's saying to say that she's very right, and it's really sad. It's really sad, and I think um everyone who gets a little bit of an income wherever they get it should be putting money away just to help these girls get by, because it's unthinkable, and I think it's crazy in a society that's supposed to be progressive, that you have people who are not able to get the quality education simply because they don't have ways to deal with that situation. Um, hey,
Hey, sorry about that.
that's all right. That's all right. Again, that's the beauty of. I always say that's the beauty of podcast TV because anything can
Yeah.
happen, and you just roll with the punches and you just keep going. You don't stop.
Thank you so much for
We don't.
understanding.
We don't get embarrassed. We don't throw people off. No, we just keep moving. That's what we do. So
Yeah.
I was just saying, I it's really sad, and I fail to it's really something that I fail to understand in today's society, that we still
Mm.
have something like this still happening. Like I fail to
Yeah.
comprehend it. And you're very correct in saying that, we try and deal with the bigger issues, right? And we try and say, let's deal with education, let's deal with domestic violence, let's deal with statutory rape, or sexual abuse, or prevention of sexual abuse, or all of those things. And sometimes we forget that actually the symptoms are at a much lower level, levels that are very close to the person
Mm.
themselves. And
Mm.
as soon as you start dealing with those issues, empowerment is not me buying you a cell phone or even me paying for your
Not
school for a
even.
year.
Mm.
Empowerment is me, you knowing that, oh, I can go to school every day and I don't have to worry about, staying home because I can't
One,
afford
two,
one or
three.
two things when
Mm.
these things happen, right? I feel that's real empowerment, because if I'm paying for your school and you're still missing 3 or 4 days a week, or sometimes a week at a time, because of your period, then
Mm.
I'm not really doing anything, you
Yeah.
know?
You are
And that
ignoring
resentment.
actually. Mm.
Yes, and that resentment, right? To say, but why do I have to miss school when this guy doesn't have to? Will
Yeah.
continue, and it will grow into something much bigger when you finish, when you get to university, and when you finish, right? And
Mm.
sometimes, even for boys, when a boy learns that, oh, so I can take advantage of this, like you said
Mm.
correctly, that also grows into something a lot bigger, where now a man feels like I can own a woman,
Mm-hmm.
because when I was 19 and I had a small job, this girl was 16 and she was dependent on me,
Yeah.
for these things. Now when I'm 30, there's nothing she can tell me, because I'm the reason why she got where she got. So it's
That's
a
so true.
it's a real thing. And I just want to ask, in your opinion, I know we all want to change the world, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
We all want to change the world, but in our small little pockets, right? Because
Mm.
these issues are happening everywhere. In your opinion, how do we start sowing these seeds slowly but surely in our own little pockets? How do we start talking about it, to say to other men, for example? How do I sensitize my peers on issues like this, right?
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
the thing that, because it happens to women, right, and not men,
Mm.
it means I can take away something from me and put it there without worrying that I'm losing anything. I don't know if you get
Yeah.
my
Yeah. I do.
mathematics.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
So where do we
You know.
start the conversation? Hmm.
Okay. Like I said initially, that I want more men in this conversation, and I want more men involved. It took. I've been running this charity thing for the past 15 years. I've been doing charity work for so long, and myself, I mean, as much as I go, I face situations where somebody wanted to exchange sexual favors for support. You see how difficult it is. I'm trying to do community
Mm.
service, and somebody says, I can give you 10K to do one, two, three for your girls or for your charity, as long as I tap. And I'm like, I'll pass. So I struggle with a lot of funds, mainly because when you reach out, people always want favors in return, and I'm like, I'm trying to help people who have nothing. I have something, and I know how it is to have nothing. So I said to my dad, sometimes some of this conversation you need to have with your fellow mates, because it's so much of cultural. than anything. Let's be honest. When it comes to issues of raising a girl child, when it comes to issues of a girl developing into a woman, it's all cultural, and expectation is a mother or a woman should do it, and all men have excused themselves from the conversation or from the whole idea of how do I help. It took my dad 5 years to actually warm up to the idea of talking to me as her daughter about menstruation, about going into the shop and buying sanitary pads. My dad is a very cultural man, and
Mm.
he wanted nothing to do with it. But because I've been doing this and driving this whole project, my dad now can stand in front of young girls and he can talk confidently, telling them one, two, three about menstruation and how they can look after themselves during that period, and how they can actually help themselves to understand better by going to the clinic if they don't have anybody to talk to. So it has taken time for me to break that barrier with my dad. And it has also taken a lot for him to talk to his friends about it, because I said, if you have the conversation with people that you know, it actually reduces the tension if I come in and start talking to them about it, because
Mm.
I've wanted more men closer, because I talk, I have VDC support back at home. I have social worker support. I have the sort of men from the Kotla support, but they don't want to talk about it. They want to talk about it, but actually hidden behind support. They don't want
Mm.
to say
Mm.
menstruation. They don't want to say the word pet. They don't want to hold it. And I said, if you are going to help somebody, you need to actually show them that menstruation is not something that you should be ashamed of.
Yeah, it's not
So
taboo at all.
it's not.
Mm.
So if you are open about it and you tell this young girl that having menstruation means that you are growing into a young woman, and when you are growing into a young woman, this is what happens if you don't look after yourself. Because we have young girls getting pregnant on their first month of menstruation because they had no clue what is going to happen if they have sex. And that's
Imagine.
why we have this that's why we have this feminine hygiene talks, because they have to know their body. They have to understand that this is what happens on day one and day two, day three, and then this is how I can protect myself, or this is how I can say no when somebody sort of advances to say, I want you to be my girlfriend, and if you are my girlfriend, this is what you should do. Or because I
Mm.
gave you 10 pula yesterday, that means today
Mm.
we have to kiss and hug and eventually take off our pants. So you need
Mm.
to be able to actually break the ice with the children, talk to them, and then talk to their parents, teach the parents how to talk to their children, because our parents don't talk to us. Like it's like they expect us to learn at school and then keep it like that. But then they're shocked when we come back home pregnant. They're like, oh, you've brought shame to our family. But they forgot that they didn't give you time to talk about this issue. Like
Mm.
it's you have a boy child, you have a girl child, but women are more ashamed of the girl child coming back pregnant. They're not ashamed of their son impregnating a young girl. But this is a two-way thing. It's a tango. Two people
Mm.
have to do it, and for it to happen, they both wanted to be in it. Maybe someone was coerced or whatever. But
Mm.
if you talk to your son and if you talk to your daughter, you actually give them confidence to be able to say, no, I don't want to do this, or to say, mommy, I met a boy and I like this boy, but this boy says he wants to do one, two, three with me. What should I do? So if you've come to that point, then you're going to find that it's easier to actually break the barrier, and people can actually help more because now they understand. Trust
Oh,
me, a
true.
lot of people don't understand what is happening about menstruation. They just leave it and ignore it, and they say women will deal with it. And you find that a lot of people have actually accustomed themselves to saying, when I'm having my periods, I stay at home.
Mm.
And that's where the challenge is, because if you're not productive, you won't have food, you won't have
Mm-hmm.
money, you won't have anything. So, as you were saying, that bringing a bag and maybe more people bringing bags, it starts with education. You have to understand what people are going through. You have to expose yourself to that environment and talk to them and understand. And if you can't, we, some of us like me, are there to actually educate people to say a lot of people are facing challenges, and the best you can do is maybe just spend 50 pula, buy 2 packs of sanitary pads, and you're actually changing a life. You don't have to spend thousands. You don't have to even spend hundreds. You can say, I'll commit myself to paying for a young girl sanitary pad every month, and that's around like three tax. That's around $30, $40, $50, depending on which brand.
Mm.
And believe me, by doing that, a lot of dynamics changes because then nobody has to depend on a guy giving her money to buy basic toiletries. Like the biggest challenge I see young girls going through is depending on people to give them money so that they can have all this. It all starts with sanitary pads and eventually becomes a lifestyle of depending on somebody, and then they
Yeah,
control
yeah.
you and you have
Hmm.
no choice because maybe you decided to quit school because somebody was giving you more money than you should have, and
Mm.
later on you have no education, you have nothing to show for yourself, you can't even look for a job, so
And
now you're not
and
serious enough.
another
Yeah.
thing is not only that, but you don't know how to empower yourself
Yeah.
from there even because you
Mm,
know for example your cause, for example, this cause that you have, right? You
mm,
know exactly what you need money for. You want to put it
mm,
into this cause right here, and that's because of the empowerment that you received, that's because of the education that you received, that's because of the
mm,
confidence that you gained, right? And what you'll
mm,
find is someone who is just worried about the most basic necessities, right, has no empowerment. So when as they grow older, that's it's always going to be a basic thing. It's like, no,
yeah.
I need money from for my hair. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, is hair really the most important thing for you right now, right?
Yeah.
Or I need money for my nails. It's like, okay, but
Mm,
is that the most important thing for you right now? But because of that mentality and where it came from, you just get stuck in in that situation. You can't get out of it. All right, so this little man needs attention, so I'm gonna let you do your thing, right? But I
let me
just
just wrap
have
up before. Yeah.
do your thing.
Okay. Yes, I just wanted to say this April, because today is the 1st of
Yeah.
April, I have my walk on the 21st of April to the 28th, and through
Okay.
you, through any other friends or whatnot, I need support because each year it's always a challenge, and raising funds and actually raising enough sanitary pads for the girls. So maybe you can just diarize it and say you're coming to walk with me 20 kilometers for the first day, and then we can have sort of a live chat through it, and then you can reach as many people as you can
Mm,
so that people
yeah.
get to be part of the conversation and people get to actually understand that I may be doing it every year, but it's not something that because I've raised 20,000 sanitary pads that it ends there. Every year there's a need, and
Mm,
every year there are more girls who need
yeah.
sanitary pads. So I'm just saying thank you so much for this, and I hope that having this chat with you would actually make other people aware to say there's a need out there, and if we have a little thing to spare, like $10, $20, $50, please come through and help us and buy sanitary pads or donate some money so that we can be able to achieve the goal.
Absolutely. We're definitely gonna attach ourselves to this cause, and we'll definitely use this platform to push this agenda, and every chance we get, we're gonna talk about it. I sent you something via WhatsApp. Please have a look at it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna chat some more. We're
Yes,
gonna
yes.
chat
We're
some more
definitely gonna
on
chat some more. Yeah.
how to make it happen. All right, cool.
All
Let me
right.
leave you with your little prince over there. We'll chat a little bit later. Thank you so much for
Thank
taking the
you so
time.
much. I really appreciate you. I need to go now.
Anytime. All right, cool.
All right. Cheers.
Bye.
Bye. Come on, boy. Come
Cheers.
on.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I love this little guy. This little guy is brilliant. So that was Agrineth. Agrineth, like she said, she's been a friend for a long time, and she's doing some amazing things up north over there. And I think this issue of period poverty is a serious, 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 serious thing. And I think dealing with this is the key to empowering the girl child even more, and to empowering the boy child to learn about his own responsibilities and what it takes, what empowerment means. Because as a boy child, if you learn early enough that, oh, girls go through this situation and this is how I can help, the earlier you learn that, the earlier you actually step into the boots and become the provider and the nurturer and the protector that you're meant to be as a man. So thank you so much to Agrineth for taking the time to chat. As you could see, she's got her hands full. She's got her hands full. But this was an amazing and fruitful conversation that we just had. I'm gonna take a short break, just a short, as they call it, health break. I'm gonna take a health break, like a 5 minute break. I'm gonna play a quick track, and then we're gonna come back and continue our conversation. This is, I call it Converse Reactions, because it's about conversations and reactions. It's a bit of both. So we'll be back in a little bit. If you're watching this tomorrow, hey man, that's cool. I ain't tripping on you. It's all good. I'm just gonna play some of my favorite songs, and then we will be back. Yeah.
Thinking about you on a daily now. I need you to hold me down. I love it when you are around. You can't see, don't want you to leave. Can you see what you do to me? I can't tell, I love bottling. The kisses and the cuddling. They nice and I told you that.
You can tell me I'm different. I'm the same, you're just scared of this distance. Thinking of you, I miss you too. If I'm not, then I wouldn't be breathing. You can tell me I'm different. I'm the same, you're just scared of this distance. Thinking of you, I miss you too. If I'm not, then I wouldn't be breathing. This is for you. 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 I see a hand that is close to my heart. When you drop in your chest and you give me a cut. Promise to love you without a but. Things getting cheesy and shaking the butt. I thought it was easy to be in love. Got you on top but there's no one above. I'ma give you my heart, no one above. There's no one above. I see you in the future when I visualize. I realize I can't be without you. Sorry for my wrongs, never go doubt you. We need to fix, love is the right truth.
Yeah, love is what I need. May you give it all to me. Want your hands all over me. What they see is not what I see.
You can tell me I'm different. I'm the same, you're just scared of this distance. Thinking of you, I miss you too. If I'm not, then I wouldn't be breathing. You can tell me I'm different. I'm the same, you're just scared of this distance. Thinking of you, I miss you too. If I'm not, then I wouldn't be breathing. This is for you. 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 Oh yeah.
All right. Where's this thing? Yeah, welcome back. So we are back, and that was quote is a main quote and Flake. Man, I need to get back. The good thing is, the year's just started. It's April. Well, the year is in full gear now. So I think there's now, I need to make plans to get back with these young people, get them back in studio, get them recording again, because there's so much talent, so much talent, and these two, quote and Flake, are two young people with immense talent, and I cannot wait to just get back with them and get them recording again and get them performing again, because I think they have so much going on. It is 7 to 19 21 21 past 7. and we're still exploring. I was still talking to you guys about the bus situation. The bus is burning. I don't know what's up with that. And shout out to everybody who's currently logged in. If you didn't catch the, if this is too long, because this is like an hour in now, I'm gonna snip the conversation at Agrinith so that you're able to just listen to that specifically. I think it's an important conversation to have. I think it's an amazing conversation to have. Um, but yeah, the buses. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. Buses have been. There was another video I saw of another bus that burned down. I think it was today. Bus that was going to to Palape, I think it was, and the underneath of in the rear was on fire. It's weird. And like I told you guys, it's not. I don't think it's an issue of the bus itself not being roadworthy. I think there's a number of things that play here. One of the issues I think is, like I said, people are traveling more, right? People are traveling more because people are moving to the city more for opportunities. So it means whenever they get a chance during holidays, they go back home. That's I think that's one issue, and what that, and then there's the issue of the bus operators wanting to make the most of each of the days. So if they were doing two trips, they might be doing three now, which means they have to drive faster. And because of the current economic situation, they're trying to save as much as possible. So that means fewer fewer how do you call it, services in between trips. So it's such a, there's so many different things at play that it's difficult to really deal with it as a single problem. So we have to, as a country, we definitely need to move away from your generic arrive alive, drive safe. I think now we really need to focus on having drivers go through some form of training, training into just appreciating passengers lives more, because sometimes I feel like human nature is very interesting. We focus so much on the goal at times, we forget that we have responsibilities, as we are in the path to achieving that goal. So when these drivers are on the road, the question now becomes, do they really value their passengers? But also, what i've what I've experienced is, I remember once I was driving, I think I was driving from here to Francistown, and I gave someone a ride, and they were mad at me because they thought I was driving too slow. They're like, "Yo, I need to get to where I'm going, and you're doing 120, and I need you to do 140 or 160." And I'm like, "Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do something that's outside the speed limit." And they're like, "Yeah, no, just drop me off, and I'll catch the next ride." And I dropped them off, and lo and behold, the ride they were in would probably doing 150 or something, and they passed us on the way. And I guess that person was happy. So it's also a situation of passengers also are prioritizing time over safety. So the blame is not just on the operators or the drivers, because even with, I've heard talk, people talking about their trips from Joburg, and they're like, yeah, I don't use that bus because it's slow. I prefer to travel with the small buses in the evening because they're quicker. But imagine small buses in the evening are quicker, but they're also a lot more dangerous. you know so it's there's so many things, and to deal with the situation we need to work together. And like I always say, sadly, it'll get worse before it gets better. If we shouldn't think that one, the fix or the solution lies 100% on government. That's a lie. If we're not involved as citizens, as a community as well, we're not really gonna solve the problem at all. So that's on the bus thing, on the bus situation. It's really sad. And of course, last week we had the unfortunate report that a bus fell off a bridge in South Africa, and the bus was sadly coming from Botswana. And 45 people lost their lives, and there was only one survivor, a little girl, 8 years old. And I just hope, guys, please, 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 please allow this young girl to just let her be. Please, let's not turn her into. I already see, unfortunately, I've already seen her pictures on social media, which I think is really disrespectful, and it's really, especially someone who is the only survivor of this tragedy. I think it's disrespectful to put her picture on social media. I think she should just be left alone. I think, just leave her be, because you know you don't know what that's going to do to her. It's a young girl, 8 years old. That's very, very young. And of course, we already know that her life will not be the same. So let's not make it worse by pasting a picture all over the place, or finding out who she is, or where she lives. Please leave her be. Let her try and get back to some form of normalcy, because yeah, it's really a traumatic experience to have, because I don't think I've never been in any body of water that fell off a cliff. And I've been in car crashes, and that alone is traumatic enough. There's some crashes that still cause me trauma to this day. And I think, I know for a fact that hers is more traumatic, and I think you wouldn't want daily to be reminded of what you just went through. And I know sometimes we tend to be selfish, because we just want to highlight these things. Best thing to do is to leave the person alone, let her do her thing, let her be. And yeah, let's just thank God for her life, for the fact that she's cool, she's fine, and that she has her life ahead of her, and that she's gonna continue doing her thing. Um, so yeah, we had an amazing Lost Marshall last week Thursday. I believe last week Tuesday. Last week Tuesday, Lost Noir is a collective of poets and singers. Amazing, 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 amazing group of individuals. When these guys get behind the mic, it's just brilliant. Fab O'Neill, Blair, Royal Black, Sam Kush, brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And I cannot wait to just sit down with them and have a conversation with them right on here. And we'll do that sometime. If this had started 2 weeks ago, we would have done that for a pre-show. But yeah, we are where we are. And then, of course, there was the Perfect Noise sessions yesterday. I couldn't make it, unfortunately, but I'm told it was an amazing show. It was great. It went well, and the guys had a blast. And I've seen a couple of posts kind of bigging up the organizing team for because they had to move locations from their usual Zest location to the yacht club. And what the organizing team did was actually organize transport for attendees, for patrons to be able to access the yacht club. So they had a shuttle in the app that left, that did a few trips in the afternoon and dropped people off back at Game City in the evening when the show was done. So shout out to Pims and T and the entire Perfect Noise Sessions team for having a successful show. And I cannot wait to just catch up with them about the show and to see how we can continue to work together to promote their endeavor. Um, Something interesting. I had an interesting conversation last week about what we're doing right now, and I think part of that conversation is what kind of like, how do I say, it kind of inspired me to do what I'm doing now in the way that I'm doing it now. Interesting conversation about the new BTC podcast. And you know, my sentiments, I'm not going to change, my sentiments. I just feel like in an environment, in a market like ours that is still growing, that doesn't have a lot of opportunities, right? Because we're not in the US, where if you have a camera, if you have a story to tell, if you have a decent microphone, if you have a good platform, then, and if you're consistent, you can get something going. Out here, it's people still don't understand what podcasting is. They still don't understand what streaming is. They still don't understand what reaction videos are, and I feel like the powers that be, some of these parastatals should be the ones to help young people who are coming up with these brilliant ideas empower themselves. And these parastatals, these companies, you know, creating their own platforms, what it does is it's almost as if now they're in competition with us. And personally, I have no problem with that, because I have my audience. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm pushing. I know the endeavors that I'm going to highlight. And for me, it's not necessarily about the numbers. It's about getting it done and getting the word out, right? But there are young people out there who are really passionate, who are really ambitious, and who are really trying to push numbers and get a certain amount of audience. And it's almost as if now you're fighting for that audience with someone who, or an entity that has all the resources, right? And in a way, and I know people are going to castigate me for this, I understand how Kanye West felt, because Kanye West was had that beautiful partnership with Adidas, where Adidas was like, "Yo, listen, this is how we're gonna add value to what you're trying to do, and hopefully you are gonna add value to our stock, right?" And it worked out because Adidas gave Kanye everything that he needed, all the resources to be as creative without having to worry about the production process. And of course, Kanye West gave Adidas that refresher look. It brought like the Adidas to the hood, a whole new audience, and you saw what happened. But of course, I'm saying this to say, once that partnership ended, and and um, and of course, Kanye West was saying that what happened was Adidas was starting to kind of copy his designs behind his back and underpricing them so they could so they could be more affordable than his own shoes. This is kind of the situation that we're in, and it's like you can't be in competition with people you're meant to empower. And I do relate with the reason why they are doing it as an entity. I understand why BTC is doing it. It's because it's fresh. Podcasts are in right now. That's what everybody's doing. That's why they're doing it. So, and that's cool. But there's a bigger picture. You know, uh, it's not your core business. You're just using it as a tool to sell a product. To sell yourselves. That's what you're doing. And for you, when the next wave comes, you're gonna drop this and jump on that. For a lot of young upstart podcasters, this is it. They're trying to get something going, and something that'll leave a legacy, that'll leave a name. So support that and see what happens. So that was that on that BTC podcast situation. I mean, shout out to BTC. The aesthetics are awesome. It looks great. They have an amazing young host. She's doing good things. So I'm definitely not knocking the act itself. I'm just saying sometimes before you do something, just look at the bigger picture and then make your decision. It's easier you knock off more when you invest in someone. You knock off a lot more when you invest in someone than when you just it's just another marketing tool. So that's my take on that. I hope uh, everybody that I had a conversation with on that thread kind of now has an understanding as to where I'm coming from. So shout out to BTC and what they're doing. I'm just hoping, what I'm crying for is actually a podcaster's package for data. That's what I'm crying for. And guys, all you have to do is sit down with say the top 5 or the top 10 podcasters in the country. Sit down with them and understand some of the struggles they go through in terms of data. Because of course, again, it's two things there. There's the the recording of the podcast and the production, which is one thing on its own, and there's what I'm doing right now, which is live reactions, which is something else completely. Now, with the live reactions, for a lot of data companies, that's where you can make a lot of money. But if you don't support, the young people, the people who are doing this work, and if you don't get their input on how, you know you can actually have them as clients, as good clients, then there's always going to be a gap between the two. Because right now, for example, um, I could get, and it's not just, it's content creators as a whole. I mean, I would love to do a live set with a DJ, a live set where I set up right here at the house and they play for 2 hours, and I record that, and I record it live, and you guys at home get to enjoy. The problem is, if I'm at home, it's cool because I have a pretty decent connection. But if I want to do it in the middle of May Mall, it's a little more complicated, But I would love to do it in the middle of May Mall, and just do it live. And I have the know-how in terms of the equipment, but my dream of doing it live is cut short because with say just tethering off of my phone, I might be able to last for 2 hours before I max it out and the connection drops, right? But if there's a package for content creators specifically, right, what it will do, one is it will allow us to have more live content. That's one, which will allow for better visibility for some of your companies. And also what you will find is a lot of these platforms, they want you to actually be live more than they want you to post videos, and it opens up to platforms like Twitch, for example. Where Twitch is primarily for gamers. It's actually something that I want to explore a lot more, but it's primarily for gamers, and it opens all that up, and what it does, it opens the market up also. So I'm hoping our data guys, listen to our plight, because again, it's just looking ahead into the future, and looking at how we can monetize some of these things, and how young people can be given just a way of being independent, and making their own money in ways that actually work. You um I'm trying to see what else is going on. I really don't want to deal with sports because I'm highly biased. Highly biased. But I'm trying to see if there's anything that I missed. Um, there's something weird going on, guys. There's a picture of Didi that's trending, and guys are saying it might be a clone. Actually, let me address this real quick, all right? Because I've been called a conspiracy theorist before. There's some things that I believe that are happening behind the curtains, and there's some things that I feel like, guys, just think about it. People are saying that a clone of Didi was arrested. Why would the FBI go through the trouble of arresting a clone? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense to me at all. And I'm looking at a photo right now where they got this thing side by side, and I'm like, it doesn't make sense. It's you're distracting yourselves. Like, that's one. And looks like there's a local flat earther community that's budding. A lot of people. There's a growing. Let me say it this way. There's a growing number of people who are buying into this flat earth thing, and it's weird. It's really weird because I'm like, guys, just you know just read. All you have to do is just read and you'll appreciate why the earth is not flat. You have to understand that we started off saying the earth was flat. That's where we started off. And then someone did the math and told us no, it's not. And every year of school that I was in school, from primary school to varsity, it wasn't just a belief. Because like I heard someone say, either you know or you believe, right? And most of the time, you believe in what you don't know, right? So a lot of people believe the earth is round, it's a sphere, right? They believe that. But those who know either have, for lack of a better term, been to school and have an understanding as to why the earth is spherical, or they've actually been out there, flown to heights where you can actually see the curvature. Like, guys, there's a curvature. You can actually, if you fly high enough, you'll actually see it. And it's not like high enough in terms of spaceships, just with a plane. You'll see the curvature, right? You'll see. So anyway, so it's and I think the reason why this is happening is simply because this is happening is because we are not having actual conversations with each other. We're not talking. We're not adding value to each other. We're just there, you know and we want to have this conversation with each other. So when someone says something like that, everybody claps hands because they want to be part of something. you know you just want to belong. That's what you want to do. But we should have challenging conversations. We should challenge each other. We should go out there, do the necessary studies, and really come out with facts, not beliefs. Not beliefs. For as far as I know, there is no flat earther that has proven the earth to be flat. None. That's pre-Galileo days. You know what I'm saying? Like, to up to this point, nobody has explained the phenomenon of the earth being flat. It just doesn't make sense. Today is World Autism Day. Find out about autism and what it is. Um, we have an autism community in Botswana, and shout out to them. And let me see what else is going on. Oof. Yeah, I'm just saying there's an alcohol truck that overturned today. But Botswana, we're nice people. We're not gonna do the things, you know. We're definitely not gonna do the things. Let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, I think yeah. So I think that's it for me, yo. I think it's been an amazing Monday. I added this discussion I had with Agrineth was awesome. I cannot wait to continue the discussion because there's so much more to talk about in terms of how do we, for example, move away from means of dealing with period poverty that involve spending of money. How do we make people a little bit more self-sustainable? Or how do we make it more sustainable by making people a little more self-sufficient? That's what I wanted to say. So I cannot wait to have a continuation of this conversation with Agrineth, maybe next week or the week after that. I know next week I'm going to be chatting with Donald Molosi. Again, shout out to him and his team for the amazing award an additional award that they've gained out there in India. I can't wait to talk to him about it next week, and have a conversation. There's an AI that has been unveiled. This is first local AI unveiled in Botswana. And what's interesting about this is, what is being used to kind of as a kind of, it's called Lesedi AI. And the funniest and scariest part is, what's being the screenshot of the interaction someone had with the AI. And it goes a little bit like this. Hi, I'm Lesedi, your personal learning assistant. What can I help you with? And whoever is asking the question asks, hey, Lesedi, I'm a high school student and have homework on transpiration. Help me, what is transpiration? Now, Lesedi, of course, being the AI, goes into an entire paragraph on what transpiration is. Now, we have to be very careful as to who we allow to use these platforms like AI. We have to be very careful. And again, I'm just gonna touch on it real quick because we're coming. It's almost 8 o'clock. The biggest issue with this is there is something to be learned from the process of research, right? There's something to be learned from the process of research. When you're asked to when you're given homework and you're told, here's a question, these are this is what you need to tell me. You have the part, doing the homework is going into books or going on the internet and actually researching and finding different paragraphs that you feel agree with what you are asked to give, and giving those answers. Because remember, when you write down those answers as a high school student, you have to give them to the teacher, and the teacher will actually go into books himself, because he's done the homework too. At least in my day, our teachers did the homework as well, and they had their own answers, and they compared that with each student, and that's how they evaluated. So a lot of time when we were evaluated, it wasn't just on whether your answer was correct or not. It was also on how much research you did, right? Because some people will just write, what is transpiration? Explain. One paragraph. Transpiration is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. And then you have someone else who will go into 3 science books, look at the process of transpiration, and then even do a Young diagram of a cycle or whatever, and really go into detail, right? So they have a nice introduction, the process, the definition, the diagram, and the conclusion, and that's the person that will get top marks, because you will be evaluated on not just the answer being correct, but also on the level of work that you put in. So let's be careful with AI, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to have a conversation with Kwasi on this issue of AI and deep learning and everything, just so we can appreciate that. Because I want to ask him questions on this and what he feels about some of the dangers of AI. So I think let's look out for that. Maybe 2 Mondays or maybe next Monday. You never know, because I can definitely do two guests in a Monday, that's for sure. All right, guys. I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you. Actually, I'm gonna leave you with a song real quick. Like I told you, I played you a quote and my man Flake. Now I'm gonna leave you with one of my favorite songs. Whenever I see this song, I just gotta play it. Like, I'm sorry, I'm biased. I just gotta play it. So, guys, this is Poetic Syntax. Poetic is a vet. Poetic is actually working on something new, and yeah, as soon as I get some stuff from him, we'll let you have it. All right, guys, bye bye, and we'll see you next week.
One time for your mind. My fruits of labor will have your conscience moving, similar to the apple that fell on Isaac Newton. Inside the future, son, I see error of the golden age coming back, it gets better. Change is inevitable, now we get poetical. Similar to incest, this will mess up your mindset. Originality is more than just a complex concept. The second information, what you possess in your temple. Cause even hip-hop was birthed out of a simple. And now for the politics, not that we out of it. I grew up in chalk and break bad mathematics. A veteran alchemist, I start the math lesson. On a graph, I beat the x-axis, I access your axis. The fact is you be like y-axis, your axis, I access and exit. And that's just a fact, kid. It is a known fact, poetic as a fact. Y'all just run away, your bone got known fact. It is a known fact, poetic as a fact. Y'all just run away, your bone got known fact.
Veteran, veteran, veteran. Veteran, veteran, veteran. Veteran, veteran, veteran. Veteran, veteran, veteran.
When I die, you bury me in a sarcophagus. Nothing new under the sun, that's what the knowledge is. I am the light you needed for photosynthesis. Hip-hop and so dark, no growth, no emphasis. Structure my DNA will puzzle a biologist. I'm not a narcissist, but I insist. No experiments on my body by a scientist. With bosses take a syphilis, I spit so ridiculous. It's like a girl hates math, the way she just figureless. You can't move a muscle, we cut off your ligaments. You hardly train your thoughts, even a little bit. The brain is a muscle, you're not mentally fit. You just seem to be, but you ain't my friend though. UFO like extraterrestrial. You ain't got game like the National Stadium. If words are a weapon, then I'm verbally killing them. It is a known fact, poetic as a fact. Y'all just run away, your bone got known fact. It is a known fact, poetic as a fact. Y'all just run away, your bone got known fact.
Veteran, veteran, veteran. Veteran, veteran, veteran. Veteran, veteran, veteran. Veteran, veteran, veteran.
I'm the first most spacing like Yuri Gagarin. I smoke no weed and I smoke no opium. I got more lines than bus ranks after 4 p.m. Put up on my line, street sesame. I got more game than wild girls go pitane. I don't owe you none, son. I owe Senyaka. I rock your head forever like Roy Cesana. All black, everything we duck in the global. While you kinda blocking, Kaswega Yale low. You know me from the top of the dome. I pray more beef than the one like I do homo. During the wedding, link up on my lomo. You all ladies like Black Man Basil. I break more codes than my name Leonardo. Timba so very push, I'm a tabelo for me and the team. Grim Shalele. Poetic as a
veteran, veteran, veteran.
Poetic as a
veteran, veteran, veteran.